Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the components needed to put together a building or a dungeon of any size and dimension you want. The building I'll be previewing today is one of 5. I'm just going to move this out of the way. One of 5 inches by 8 inches in dimension. You have your base right there, and these are your wall connectors. You can see they're teed, so that way you can tie the building directly into the wall if you want to. Otherwise, you can just use your 4 standard corner connectors, and these corner connectors will have a cutaway on them to allow for the 1/8 inch birch plywood to sit in there as a floor without interfering with the walls. If you want to use this model to create sort of dungeons that go all over the place, you will also have available corner connectors that do not have that cutaway, so it could just sit on a flat surface if that's something you'd be interested in. The doors for this are printed in 3 parts, and they are fully functional. Let's see, there's one. These are glued together right now, but you'll see in the design they come in separate parts. And I also have doors that will sit flat like this if you want to use them in like a dungeon or a dirt floor scenario. And then, let's see, I will have a design that has a cutaway to allow for the 1/8 inch birch, just like the corner clips. Okay, and those doors open and close real nicely. It's a pretty tight design. And this is basically what goes on for the doors. You can sort of just put some wet paint on one side of your door before it's closed together and press it down into this foam, and that allows you to see where you need to cut away. And then this U-shaped clip just goes right in there like that, and you slide it right in, and you got your first floor with the door. Now you'll notice I don't have stairs or cutaways for stairs. I'm not going to go into that sort of detail. If you saw the first release I did, you should be able to figure it out on your own based on that information. And you're going to have to custom design the roof in most cases, so there's really no point in me providing you with a one-stop solution to all these problems. Now, in terms of stacking these things, what we do is we take advantage of these little slots right here. And what I've done is I've just used some 9mm Depron foam and cut it into sort of these square rounds. You could probably use a dowel rod or a square dowel rod. And let's see here. Get this to sit down on there for the good people watching. I did kind of previously glue some of this together a little bit with Gorilla Glue. You could leave it actually pretty loose if you wanted to. It's nice to be able to pull these walls out if you need to. Anyways, based on how many of these corner clips you have and how many pieces of foam, you can just keep building this thing up 2, 3 stories or whatever. I have a couple of different roofing solutions. One of them just involves sort of a standard roof. This was designed with all laser cut features. You can take a look at the Illustrator SVG files available in the download, and it should make sense pretty quickly. I got all the parts cut for this in about half an hour. In terms of texturing this, I just hit it with some spray paint, which is more of a trick you use for like dungeon tile type things, but I just wanted to get some texture on the roof, so I just used it for that regardless of its appropriateness or not. But anyways, this roof is obviously designed specifically for a square 5 by 8 inch building, so as you make buildings of different sizes and widths, you're basically going to have to look at how I did it and then figure out your own problems, because it's just not possible to give you one solution that's going to apply to the customization that you can accomplish with this design. The more straightforward possibility is just to go with a flat roof on top. And for that, what I've done is I just went ahead and basically cut these things like this, and then I went in with a Dremel, okay? And this could also provide a solution. Let's see, there's a fencing section here. You know, instead of printing out these fences for your walls, you could also, you know, just print your foam out taller and sort of cut some notches in it. Save yourself some printing on that if you don't really care about that sort of daily look. Anyways, getting back on task. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and throw one more of these on top here. Let's see here. Just kind of sit on here. There's the other one. Okay. Oh no, that's not it. I have lost a part in the middle of my demonstration. There it is. Okay. All right. And then these sort of pieces will just go back in there. And this would probably be a good time to talk about these little window pieces too. The windows were originally created to be like the door, where you would have you know, one of these on either side, and then they would clip in around the foam. I realized it would be a more elegant answer just to have this extrusion here come up a little higher and then just end on the inside of the wall. These don't do that because you know, I haven't applied that fix to it yet, but your download will have that feature. So you'll just cut out the holes and then plug these straight in. It really makes a lot more sense. Sometimes you just can't see these things until it's right out in front of you. And I guess that's why you do sort of a beta test when it comes out, right? Anyways, okay, so here we are with our top floor. Put this, I think this might be a little Tanis miniature. Put him up there for a little effect. And now we're still left with these, and what I've done is I've designed these caps, and you can see I have a little gargoyle on there. But the gargoyle is just one, you know, it's just an open source one somebody scanned that I downloaded off Thingiverse. This is what you're going to find in the file, and these just act as a little cap, you know, and then you can put whatever kind of gargoyle or decoration you want right on that corner, okay? And then you would just do that on all four corners. Let's see if we got a good shot at that or not. Okay. I think that's enough for now. You can figure it out from there, okay? Thanks for stopping by.